it was, and so anyway, I was obsessed with these games to the point where I was a huge fan. Like if I met Richard Garriott, I would like start crying. I mean, full on, because he's like one of my heroes from my childhood. And so Codex is the Book of Ultimate Wisdom. It's on an island there. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about at all. Yeah. This guy. This guy right here knows what I'm talking about. So that was my name in the Ultima Dragons fan group on Prodigy. And I was a Codex Dragon. And I wrote fan fiction about me wearing leather and kicking people in the head.
Great question.
You know Neil Patrick Harris through Dr. Horrible, and people that he knows have been known to be in How I Met Your Mother. Like there's Amy Acker, there's David Brisca, and then Alison Hennigan, Lexi Stanislav was in it. So have you heard anything about possibly guest starring in an episode of How I Met Your Mother?
Okay, I'll shorten that question somewhat. But you're a friend of Neil Patrick Harris, and you met him through Dr. Horrible. And often, friends of Neil Patrick Harris show up on the show that he is often on, called How I Met Your Mother. Any discussion of you being on that show?
First of all, I ask all my friends for jobs. I'm just kidding. I don't actually. I'm really shy about it. I mean, I would love to be on that show. In fact, I've auditioned for that show several times. Actually, through my friend Allison, who's on that show. I know the director and all the writers and stuff because she's a very good friend of mine. And I know that I'd auditioned for a couple of roles, and they were like, "It's not right, but we're definitely going to try to find a place for you." So, I mean, I can only cross fingers. It's like I said before, like when the role is right, and if they think of me and I'm available, like I would kill to be on the show because I know all those guys. And just let me say, that is the most ridiculous set ever. I was working on Dollhouse, and if you watched Epitaph 1 or 2, you know it was very grim. It was not like a happy, let's have fun and eat cookies and then shoot people. And then I would go down to visit their set, and like that set, I'm in this like post-apocalyptic outfit, and I open their door, and it's like cookies, and I swear there was like clowns juggling, like they're so happy. That set is ridiculous. They're like laughing, they're doing like outtakes, it's almost absurdly nice set. So they're so lucky, and they're just such a great group of people. So I don't know, it'd be nice to work on it.
You. Yes, you.
What's your opinion when it comes to MMO players? Because I know myself included, that a lot of MMO players relate to the guild and stuff. Like, what do you think all about how the reception of the guild has been given by MMO players?
The reaction of MMO players to the guild, what have you thought about that?
Hopefully, the irony is that when I first launched the guild, the meanest comments about the guild were on the WoW forums. I don't know if anybody play WoW. Not surprised, right? And the biggest douchebags are on the WoW forums. They're like the worst ass nuts ever. Sorry for your children. They're the worst. They can make you cry. Now it's Fark. There's some people on Fark who I want to punch in the face. Because I'm watching them and I see these awful comments go by, and I'm like, my brother fights a lot and he has an 8-pack. I want him to fight you. So sometimes I'm usually pretty good about trolls anyway. So that's the irony, is that early on they were like, how dare you make fun of me? And then I think it became clear that I'm not making fun of anybody. Like I was an addict of MMOs, and I still love to play MMOs. And the one regret that I have in the last couple of years is that the guild is so pervasive, and I have to do it all day, every day, that I can't actually play as much. So earlier this year when I was writing season 4, I took a month off for research, and I got my grease up to 80. But since then, it's just really hard because I'm a dwarf priest. That's the frustration for me, because I love the social aspects of MMOs, and I love the support group, and I resent the fact that people imply that gamers are not social, because to me, like, MMOs are the most social form of gaming, because you're sharing with other people and you're creating friendships that otherwise wouldn't be there. So I would hope always that people know that I'm not making fun of people at all. I'm just having fun with the things that we know happen in MMOs. And I would say overall the reception is really good, and I'm happy. And like I said, making gaming more mainstream is like a goal of mine, and to be more accepted, and that's what I'm proud of.
So Amy, due to Felicia's influence, do you play MMO games?
I
Don't. I tried because obviously we got some goodies from Blizzard one day, and I tried, but it took me like an hour to even make a character, and I couldn't even think of a name, and everything was just so overwhelming. I was like, I'm so I don't know. I couldn't even get past making a character. So maybe one day. I don't know. I still have homework and stuff I need to do. So
You need some more entry level. Like I said,
it's a
some
little
people.
complicated. WoW is a little too complicated.
It is complicated.
Yeah.
You, what I would recommend is the entry level drug of Peggle. Like when a guy would come into my,
They're laughing at me.
no, Peggle's a great game, man.
I know.
What are you talking about? Well, I always recommend oh, my girlfriend hates gaming. I'm like, get her Peggle. Believe me, you will be fighting for the Xbox soon enough.
Okay. I don't game at all. I don't understand how they work.
Download Peggle.
I
Play Peggle together. Play Peggle right here.
I think Amy will beat me. This is how bad I am. Yes, sir.
That article in Fast Company said that you had a staff helping you out with your social networking.
A staff. That seems very fancy.
Yeah,
I'm always
I was wondering what your extent of involvement was with, say, Twitter and Facebook.
Okay, so I don't know if that implied wrong. I mean, the guild is still me and Kim Evie, who's a small Asian lady. We do everything on the show.
It's not me.
She's never a small Asian lady. The guild, and we also have, so at a certain point, I was doing everything. I did the website the first 2 years. I did the website, I did all the social networking, and I found myself neglecting things. I wasn't, because I was doing not only my own Twitter, but the guild Twitter, the guild Facebook, my blog, 5 other things, updating the YouTube, doing all that, And it just got to a certain point where I felt like I was not servicing the show because it was just too much. So we do have a person, Brian Kamioka, and if you're in the guild chat, you probably know him because he chats a lot. And he primarily does all the announcements for the new episodes and answers questions on the Twitter, the guild Twitter. Kim and I still answer some questions and post stuff on the guild Twitter as well. But he's the one who primarily does all that because we felt like it's such an important part of our show that I can't be like, oh, I have 40 messages in the inbox. So, and he's a huge fan of the show as well, and he volunteered for a long time, and now he works for us, part-time. So that's really it. Other than that, I do everything myself. I love it when people are like, Felicia's people need to dress her better. I'm like, I don't got enough people. I got a sale rack.
That was an awesome outfit in the app.
So the Fast Company, it was not really a staff, it's Brian. And then sometimes we, if we have a convention or something, we'll have volunteers or something, or sometimes an assistant or whatever. But that's it. I don't have a manager or a publicist or anything. Everything is done through Brian or Kim or me. So, and I like to keep it that way. Once you get so many layers of people, and plus they're expensive, and then you have layers and layers of people, and then you just kind of lose touch of what you're doing. And it sometimes it's necessary. If you're really, really famous, it's hard. But thank goodness I'm just still Felicia Day.
But you're Felicia Day with 1.7 million followers on Twitter. How weird is that? You're internet famous.
I don't know.
In a good way.
In a good way. Yeah, okay, good. I like it. I mean, I like the fact that, I do have a lot of people who are, TV, I go out with them or something, and people are like, and they have the weird paparazzi, which is so awful. And I love the fact that people just, when they come up and, they come up with their comment or whatever, we can have a conversation because, I think with Twitter, and I think it's an advantage for everybody, you get to know people more as a person. So you realize we're all just the same, man. Being an actor is just like your job, every day, except you have people doing your hair and makeup. You know what I'm saying? So everybody who's being creative, everybody can be creative, and everybody is just I don't know, whatever. Go move on. More rambling.
With the staff, you get to ask the question.
Okay, so it's a two-part question. Part 1, you're free.
Actually, can you stand up and ask your question? This is okay.
Codex. We have 2 codexes actually.
Yeah.
Can you stand up too? Anybody else cosplaying as Codex or a guild member? Yeah. Oh wow, we got 3 of them. That's awesome. You guys look great. Thank you.
It's a two-part question. Part 1 is, are you this shadow for free? And part 2 is, growing up being a gamer, how does it feel to become the people that you once idolized and looked up to as gamers? Just people creative gamers, being someone who's made it mainstream, made it popular? How does that make you feel
So I have a dual spec. So I have Shadow and Holy. I haven't tried Dispet. I don't know. People are like, you don't like it? Yeah, that's what I hear. So I'm not into that. I'm actually really excited about Cataclysm because I think I might play a horror character. Yeah, right? And I'm trying to level a horror character. I have like a 22. I just started like a couple weeks ago just to get all the lore because I'd never played horror before. And now I kind of want a little female goblin. So that'll be fun. Your other question was about gaming and how it was more like, I don't know, what was it?
Re-ask it, because
Yeah.
I was based on that too. I have no idea what a cataclysm is other than, nuclear apocalypse, so I have no idea.
So you've been like a gamer since when you were younger and stuff, so how does it feel to kind of like become one of those people who made it popular? Because it never used to be popular.
Oh yeah. So I admire gaming, and what does it like feel like?
What's
to
it
kind
like
of,
making it popular?
It's awesome because I get free games. Guys, I tried to borrow a dress in Hollywood and they wouldn't give me one for the streamies, which is cool. But I get free video games all the time. You got Rock Band and
Yeah, and I got an Xbox.
yeah.
And like a bunch of games.
So it's like the best job ever. And people will come up to me and I'll be like, oh my gosh, you do Bioshock? And I'll start to get fangirl. I'm like, oh my god, you do Dragon Age? Oh my god. And then I'll meet like Mike, the president of Blizzard, and I'm like shaking. So like for me, I get to meet the people that I admire and what they do. And so it's pretty cool. Like I feel much more comfortable in the gaming world than I do in the whole Hollywood world. And it's, that's, I guess, is lucky. Like, I like what I do, and I get to meet people who like what I do, who I like what they do. That didn't make any sense. Sorry about that.
I want one more thing. We've seen 3 codexes. Are there any other people who are in costume from the guild playing different characters? No. Okay. Move on.
Oh, we have Squid Hat. We have Squid Hat. Yeah, put your Squid Hat on and stand up. That's from season 4. Clara Squid Hat. Yeah. That hat is from obeymybrain.com, and basically I wrote that in a script. Claire wears a squid hat and sings, and I just write things sometimes, and we don't have any way to do that. And we were gonna hire somebody to make one, and it was so expensive that Kim just Googled the day before we shot. It was like squid hat, and she found this guy who makes these. So we don't own them, we don't make any money off of them or anything, but he's just a really cool guy, and he gave us a free hat, and now he's selling a lot of hats. So good for him. Yeah.
It's win-win.
Yeah.
Yes, you.
What games do you play online and offline?
What games do you play online and offline?
Just recently, I finished Limbo. Maybe you guys played that on Xbox. Yeah, preview, right? I killed that kid so many times. I just finished Dragon Age and the DLC Origins. I'm obsessed with that game. And I played a little bit of 2 at Comic-Con, and it looks so amazing. Like, all the blood splatters, the nasty blood splatters are gone, and, your hair looks pretty. And the